There are totally 3 number systems introduced in the DSC syllabus, and then so the coming part will be for you to solve for a problem in 1MC in the public exam paper. So now let's go to have a look on the systems. So first of all, you have denary, so which is about 10, 十進制啦. Next you have binary, which is about 2, 二進制啦. And then next you have hexadecimal system, which is about 16, 16進制. So you have me to rewrite the terms first, so as there is a typo. But now we take a look on what was the meaning of system or number system in the question. So let's start from number 1. So when we have denary, so let's say we have a number called 4231. As we are having different numbers, so that's why we have a small bracket to indicate the number system we're using. So everyone should know what's the meaning of 4231 in number system, because it refers to 4,231. So if we break it down one by one, then you will see that so it's 4 of 1,000. And if we use index to represent it, that means there are 4 of 10 cubed. We have 200, that means 2 of 10 squared. We have 30, that means 310, and at last is called 1. And then for this expansion, we have a special term called, this is called expanded form, which helps us to understand the idea of binary and hexadecimal later. After that, when we go back to the number 4231 itself, you have to note that so to every place there is a place value. So for example, 1 means there is 1, 1. So what does that mean? 3, it doesn't mean that it's 3, but it's 3 of 10, 30. 2 doesn't mean that 2, but it's 2 of 100, that means 2 10 squared. And then 4 means 4,000, so that means it's 4 of 10 cubed. So if you note the index carefully, you will see that it's about power 0, so 10 to the power 0, 0, 10 to the power 1, 10 to the power 2, and 10 to the power 3. And these powers will be helping us to understand the idea of binary and hexadecimal as follows. Next, we take a look in binary. Binary is a system where we have only 2 numbers, which is 0 and 1. So we don't allow to use 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So is it weird? So that's why we have to note the idea about it. So let's say I call 1101111, so which is a binary number. And then so we have to understand, well, what does that mean, or what is the value of it as follows. So that's why we have to note the idea of expanded form, so it will help us to understand binary. And then so we also need to understand the idea of place value. So in every digit, so it carries a value there. So now it's 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, power 4, power 5, and power 6. So it is the idea of binary number. By using expanded form, then you will see there's 1 to power 6, 1 to power 5, 1 to cube, 1 to square, 1 to the power 1, and 1 to the power 0. So then you can use calculator to add up the numbers and get a sum, which is 111. And then so it is the denary number we understand, or it means the value of this binary number. A very terrible one here. It's not very good color. So the expression here is equal to 111. A similar case also applied in hexadecimal number. So it comes to hexadecimal number, hexadecimal. This time we have total 16 numbers to use. They are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't use 1, 0 because it's 2 letters. So that's why we use A to stand for 10, B stand for 11, C, D, E, and F, which stand for 10 to 15 in the questions. So remark here, A means 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, and F is 15. So these are the 16 numbers we can use for hexadecimal number. Coming up next, we try to see so what's the meaning of hexadecimal number. So example as follow would be, for example, wow, it's very bad in the hexadecimal. So what does that mean for bad in hexadecimal number? What is the value of it? So that's why we need expanded form. So now we have 16 to the power 0, 16 to the power 1, 16 to the power 2. And then so each letter represent, there is a place value behind it. So B, you search for is, you'll get, okay, let's see. B is 11, so there's 11 of 16 square. A is 10, so you have 10 of 16 to the power 1. And finally, D is what, 13. So you have 13 of 16 to the power 0. So now you can use your calculator to find its value and check the result is 2989, so which is in ternary system. So this is called the value of bad in hexadecimal. Can you have a try of this number, so called phase in hexadecimal number, and see whether you can get the values called 64206 in ternary system. After you understand the basic principles about ternary, binary, and hexadecimal, so let's take a look on 3 different questions that you can find in the past paper. So first of all, we have question 33 in 2012, and then so you see it's a very long number because it avoids you from using calculator. So the first job you have to read from the question would be, so what are the place value of the question? You have to note it's about hexadecimal, so that's why it's 16 to the power 0. So for my convenience, I just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and at last 11. So these are the place values you find in the question. Next, you search for the letters A, stand for 10, so 10 times 16 to the power 11. D stand for 13, so you have 13 of 16 to the power 10. You have 2 of 16 square, 1 of 16, and 2 of 16 to the power 0. And now you can search for the answer. 10 times 16 to the power 11, so that's why it is wrong. It is wrong. 13 times 16 to the power 10. Okay. So that's why you may choose for the answer A. But you have a puzzle why we have x210 there. And then the reason is, when you try to simplify this expression, and then the first two so already indicates in the answer A, but then you can further simplify it as 10 times 16 to the power 11, 13 times 16 to the power 0, while for the letter 3 parts 1, 2, 3, you may check for the calculator and you get 8210 for the result. So let's finish the question. A similar case you can see also from the practice paper 2012, which is, okay, so again our first job, so you have power 0, power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, power 10 here. So that's why it's B stands for 11, 16 to the power 10. Next you have 2 of 16 and also 3 of 16 to the power 0. And so as a result, you will cross out answer C and cross out answer D. And then next, you need to use calculator to add up these two numbers. You've got 35. So as a result is 11, 16 to the power 0, add up to 35. So then you've got the answer B. So last example we have here would be about binary. And again, our first job would be you need to note about the place value. So we have power 0, power 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we can ignore all those zeros because it means nothing. And then so finally you have 1 times 2 to the power 12 plus 1 times 2 to the power 10, 1 times 2 to the power 7, 1 times 2 to the power 3, and 1 times 2 to the power 0. So that's why you may cross out C and cross out D. And then so you have 2 to the power 12, 2 to the power 10. So for this one, by calculator, you've got 64. 2 to the power 3, you have an 8. And this one, you have a 1. Did I make a mistake? Yes, it should be 1 to 8 here. So as a result, these three numbers give you 137 together with the first two numbers, and you can get the answer A in this question.